How's it going, everyone? So today we're going to talk about 6 morning habits that prevent you from losing weight. Before we begin the video, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you get all my videos. So let's go over the first tip, number one, why you do not lose weight first thing in the morning. Now, this may seem very easy, very common, but most people do not do this at all. And the first thing that you should do in the morning is drink water. Now, why is that? Our body is made up of around 75% water, maybe even a little bit more. I forget what the exact percentage is, but that's a ton of water, you guys. We need to be hydrated throughout our body. Now, if you do not hydrate yourselves, a whole lot of problems can happen. One of them is that you can actually get depressed from not drinking enough water. So if you're feeling depressed, you're not feeling that good, you're feeling sad all the time, try drinking more water. That can honestly be a reason why. The second reason from not drinking enough water is that you feel extremely sluggish and tired throughout the day. Not only are you depressed, cranky from not having enough water, now you're tired, you're lethargic, you're not doing that much. Everything just feels like a struggle. You may think, oh, maybe I have sleep apnea, maybe I have this, maybe I'm not eating enough food, blah, blah, blah. It has to do with your water intake, you guys. You guys do not realize how important your water intake is. It's honestly one of the most important things, yet no one really cares about it because people think that it really doesn't have any effect on you. They don't think that if you're not, they think to themselves, if I'm not getting enough protein, carbs, fat, like that's the main reason, stuff like that. It can honestly be your water intake because our whole body is basically water, you guys. So we need to be giving it the proper amount of water. That's why I highly recommend when you wake up, drink around 500 milliliters of water at least. Get the body going first thing in the morning by properly hydrating. Try that for a week. I guarantee you when you wake up first thing in the morning, you will feel way better throughout the day. Trust me on this. If you don't trust me, try it for a week. Let me know what you think. Also, believe it or not, the fatter you are, the less water is in your system. So if you have a guy who's 300 pounds, you take a chick that's 120 pounds, the 120-pound chick is going to have more water in her body than the 300-pound chick. The reason being is because all that fat, you guys, it doesn't like the water. So when we get leaner, our bodies are going to be filled up with more water. So the leaner you are, the more water you're going to want. So if you guys are pretty decent shape already, you're going to need lots of water. So just make sure you guys keep that in mind. The second morning habit that prevents you from losing weight is that you guys do not exercise. You got to be exercising. And if you guys have jobs and you find that, oh, I'm way too tired to do my workout after work, stuff like that, do it before work. The reason for that is because then you're fresh, you're not tired, then you can go into work tired, you can sit on your computer, do stuff like that. Just kidding, I know you guys do a lot of other stuff as well, but the point being is that if we exercise first thing in the morning, we are going to be fresh. Our bodies are going to be ready to go. And then we can work, then we can come home, we can relax. But if we get up in the morning, we sleep in a little bit later, we go to work, chances are when you get done working 8, 9, 10 hours, whatever you work, you're not going to want to work out. If you get up first thing in the morning, you got no choice but to work out. So keep that in mind. Your workout doesn't have to be nothing strenuous, nothing too insane, but it should be some form of either cardiovascular or strength training. I recommend alternating days and work out for around 30 minutes, a brisk sweat. You guys should be sweating. None of this half hour of barely walking. That doesn't count as working out, you guys. You got to be sweating when you're doing it. When you're doing your cardio, when you're doing your weightlifting, it's fine if you don't sweat as much, but should be sweating a little bit. Okay, the third habit that prevents you from losing weight is that you guys look at your phone, you look at your email, you look at the news first thing in the morning. Now, why is this bad? Anything that happens to you guys, anything stress related is going to affect your body for weight loss and building muscle. Now, if you guys look at the news, there's some negative things. You look at your email, maybe some stuff happened at work, very negative. You look on Google, news, whatever, you see bad stuff happening in the world, your brain automatically triggers that, oh, the depressive mood, stuff like that, sad mood. And then what happens is your body naturally gets stressed a little bit. Believe it or not, you guys may think this is not happening, but when you guys read stuff like that, it does stress your body out a little bit. And if you're reading about work, stuff like that, you will get stressed out. Then you start thinking about it. Now, why is stress bad when you're trying to lose weight or trying to build muscle? Well, when you're trying to lose weight, stress will actually stop your metabolism, you guys, and can actually make you go catabolic, believe it or not. So being in a stress-free environment is highly advantageous. So any time that you cannot be stressed out is a win-win. That is also why Olympic athletes live and train at a facility. So there is zero stress around them. They can just train. No stress at all. None of this daily living stuff like that, bills, stuff like that. Nothing at all. So being in a stress-free environment is extremely important. So if you guys can minimize what you're doing on the internet, looking at negative things, looking at the news, reading stuff from work that's negative, try to do that. Highly recommend that. Okay, the fourth daily habit that prevents you is that you eat a horrible breakfast. That is right, you guys. Now, for me, I don't eat breakfast myself, but a lot of people like to eat breakfast. That's completely fine. Do whatever you want. But for me, what I like to do is I like to sleep in just a little bit later, and I find that if I eat breakfast, sometimes my stomach can feel a little upset, stuff like that. So I've skipped breakfast lately, and I find it much better. But for the people that do eat breakfast, that's 100% fine. You can eat breakfast. But when you eat your breakfast in the morning, it needs to be nutritious. What a lot of people do is that they'll get up a little bit later and then they'll go through the drive-thru. They'll get McDonald's, A&W, Tim Hortons, crappy food, you guys. And what happens then is that you're starting your day with horrible foods. Your body doesn't want to get started. If it does, it's not really from high quality energy, not from good sources of protein, carbohydrates, fat. It's from lots of sodium, lots of shitty fats, grease. You don't want that first thing in the morning, you guys. And that just leads to awful energy levels throughout the day. And what this is going to do is that it automatically skyrockets you for your calorie intake for the day. If you need 2,000 calories, 2,200 calories, and you just had 1,000 calories from McDonald's, you're kind of screwed, you guys. Here's the thing with all those fast food places is that they're loaded with calories, but their fiber intake is extremely low. Why do you need fiber when you're trying to lose weight? It's what satisfies you. It's what fills you up. Your fiber intake should be very high, you guys. So that is one reason that I recommend a daily habit that can really screw with you is if you're going to have breakfast, make sure it comes from a healthy source. What's a healthy breakfast, you guys? Eggs, 3 eggs. If you guys don't have the time, 3 eggs. I'd put some veggies, some frozen veggies in there, put a little cheese on top, have a piece of whole grain bread with a little bit of butter on top, just a little bit, and then a glass of orange juice. That's what I would have. If you don't have time to make all that, then I'd have a blueberry protein shake with a little bit of oatmeal and a little bit of brown sugar sprinkled on the top. That's what I would do. Maybe a slice of toast with peanut butter. If you're super lazy, you can just go with 2 slices of toast, whole grain that is, some peanut butter on top for your healthy fats, natural peanut butter that is. And yeah, there's so many different meal options that you can do. You don't need to go through the drive-thru. You don't need to eat all this crappy food, you guys. Start your breakfast off good. Even bananas are amazing too. Bananas are high in potassium, high in fiber, good carbohydrates. Bananas are awesome too. Okay. 5th reason why you're gaining weight from your daily habits. 5th reason why. You're not tracking your calories. First thing you do when you wake up, you eat, that's fine. Make sure you're tracking your calories throughout the day. Now this habit is very good. What I recommend doing is whatever you think you're going to eat for the day, make sure that you put that in your phone first thing in the morning, you guys. So the minute you wake up, you don't have to type in what you're going to eat, but kind of have some idea. You can even do it the night before. But the purpose of this is that you got to be tracking your calories the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. If you're trying to lose weight, and that's one option, again, I recommend that that's just an option. If you're okay with not tracking calories, that is fine too. You can lose weight as long as your fitness is tracked. So what I recommend when you're trying to lose weight is I recommend you either track your calories or you track your fitness. So what that means is track your calories, track everything that you're eating so you know the exact amount of calories, or just kind of eat very healthy, but track your fitness. So track how much cardio you're doing. So if you're doing 20 minutes of cardio a day, try to do 21 minutes, 22 minutes, 23, 24 minutes. You got to track one or the other. In my opinion, a lot of beginners, it's way easier for them to track their cardio than it is for their calories. But I recommend that you track your calories. It's an easy way, and it makes sense. But again, there are other options. I'm not saying that's the only option. Okay, sixth habit that prevents you from losing weight. You oversleep. That is right, you guys. Now, what I like to do is I'm all about productivity. I'm all about, you got 24 hours in the day. You got to utilize as many of those minutes, seconds that you can, you guys. I'm trying to put out 2-3 videos a day. I'm trying to, I go to work 10 hours usually a day, then workout, stuff like that. So, I mean, you got to be productive. I'm very productive. My day is planned. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing to get home. I spend time with my wife. I spend time with the dog. Got to make food, chores, shit like that. So it's very, I got to answer emails, clients, stuff like that. So it's good to be very productive. So if you're oversleeping, if you only need 6 or 7 hours of sleep a night, I need around 6.5 hours. When I'm feeling really tired, I'll go for 7.5 hours. Like if I wanted to, I could definitely sleep for 12 hours. No doubt I could just lay in bed all day. But is that good? No, that's oversleeping. My body doesn't actually require that. Most people, believe it or not, need around 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Yes, some people will need a little bit more, but a lot of us do oversleep and a lot of us are lazy nowadays. So I'd recommend just trying to find the right amount of sleep that you need. And then with all those extra hours, like if you're sleeping 11 hours a day, you guys, and you only need 7 hours, that's an extra 4 hours a day. You know how much stuff you can do if you're trying to build a business? You can do so much extra stuff with all those extra hours. So just keep that in mind as well. So end the video, please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. Please share the video and like it. Also, if you guys are interested in online personal training from me, my email is in the description box. Just send me an email and we can talk some more. Thanks, guys.